Yeah, this has been a day. Don't. Um, I look like I'm a mess right now, because this has been one hell of a day. A dear friend of mine has just passed away. A real close friend. I don't I don't normally lose people like this close to me. I mean, it's happened before, but not not like this. Pepper wasn't only my friend. He uh he was like my little brother. He no, if you can imagine. I remember the first day we got him. And he was drooling all over the car. He was so excited. He didn't know what was going on. He was just happy to meet new people because that's the way he was. I remember one day we dressed him up like Bat Hound, and we dressed up Charlie like Super Dog, and we took pictures, and it was it, it was fun. Sorry. I'm not used to wearing my emotions on a sleeve like this. I'm used to wearing them behind this exterior. Pepper was more than just a dog. He, he was my brother. I mean, don't get it wrong, I don't put dog life over human life or anything like that, but I was not expecting this day to go like this. Cancer. I mean, really? I, I, I had to make the decision whether or not to euthanize him. There's nothing we could do. It was the size of a freaking. I mean, it was like this size in his stomach. But I don't just want to talk about his death. I want to talk about his life. You never met a dog as kind as him, or as gentle, or loving. Yeah. You know, one day he ran away, a long time ago, years ago, and me and my mother were looking for him all across the neighborhood, and eventually my mother wanted to give up. At a point, we've been driving for hours, and I told her just one more block. I have a feeling he'll be on this last one, and we did. And we saw him. He was on a little swing, like a little couch swing, you know, because we had one at the time, and so he thought that was home. So we saw him, and I've never been so happy, because we had just lost Frankie, our Dalmatian we had. And Pepper was the first dog after Frankie. And Pepper was really excited to see us. He ran up to us, the tail wagging. Um, we met the owner of the house. She said she hated dogs, like just absolutely hated. And when she saw Pepper, she squirted him with a little spray, I don't fucking know, like a little spray gardening tool. Pepper just drank it, and she fell in love with the dog. And, he took him home. Years later, he was wonderful. He was black, had like a little white stripe on him. And I'm sorry I'm a mess here, guys, but I don't know what to do. I'm not saying that my pain is worse than anyone else's. I'm not saying no one in the world has ever had more pain than me, because I know that's not true. But when you lose someone close, I feel like a knife is in my heart right now, and I would still prefer that to losing Pepper. I'd rather be stabbed in the heart than lose this dog. I couldn't, when the doctors brought him out to the car, I couldn't look at his body. I couldn't. When we buried him, me and my family, I couldn't look at his body. I wanted to. I didn't want my last memory of him to be of him dead. I wanted my last memories of him being alive. Even my last words, it's stupid, but the last words I said to him were this stupid, like, Star Trek line, like, I always have been and I always will be your friend, or something like that, something Spock said to Kirk. I told him I love you. The last time I gave him a big hug, I kissed him like 3 or 4 times on the head, and I looked him right in the eye. Like, right in the eyes, and he saw me. And I told him, you do know we love you, right? And he shook his head. Of all things, he shook his head up and down like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he knew what I was saying, but I'm sorry if this is a mess, guys, but I'd never cried so hard in my life when the doctors told me he isn't going to make it. I've always been told not to cry in front of people, but right there, I couldn't. The doctor walked me out of the room and into the waiting room, in the private little waiting room, and they brought Pepper. My mother was there. She was crying too, but I just dropped down on my knees, praying that this was all a dream. Pepper will always be in my heart. I mean, it's not like losing a mother or a father or a brother, but this dog has been with me the majority of my life. I mean, some of you probably don't care. Some of you are looking like it's just a dog. But no, it wasn't just a dog. I shared private moments with that dog, telling him about my day, just telling him how long and dreadful my day was, and he'd always listen. He would just sit there with his tail wagging, Charlie, trying to get pet, looking at me. Funny thing about Pepper, he was a gluttonous dog. He'd always be eating something, always trying to eat. He'd always be trying to eat something. He would take, like, when he was in the pound, other dogs, would always eat all the food. So he learned to always take food, go out somewhere in a yard somewhere, lay it down and have a picnic, like just eat it. He would take the food, take a huge scump of food, take it out somewhere, drop it, and then just start eating like that. I love that dog. people out there who know this feeling. Dread. I wanna blame someone. I wanna blame myself. I wanna find someone out there I can point fingers at and have the blame put on, so I can have all my rage just put onto that person. Cancer. There's nothing I can do. I want it to be someone's fault. I wanted it to be someone's fault. I wanted to hate someone. I just instantly, along with the grief, the anger, Pepper, if you're listening, I love you. I've never showed my face on camera, really. But, here, this is why I haven't been uploading lately. Whole day's just been screwed over. Pepper and Charlie were always the best of friends. I mean, sure, they'd get jealous of one another when we would pet them. But, they loved each other. They were best buds. Now Charlie's all alone. He has me, obviously, and he has the rest of my family, but he's out there. Well, right now he's in the house because we didn't want to leave him alone for right now, but Charlie's an Alaskan Malamute mixed with a German Shepherd. Pepper was a black Labrador Retriever. Beautiful, beautiful, both of them. Charlie is weird. He has like a tongue that has purple spots on it. He has like purple spots on his tongue. It's really weird. Pepper. Handing over Pepper to the doctors, knowing that was the last time I was going to see my wife, might have been one of the hardest things I've ever done. I think I speak on everyone who's ever lost a loved one on their behalf there. So I just hope that he knew that I loved him. I loved him. Shit. Still recording. Yeah. So if you've ever lost someone close to you, you know the feeling of wanting someone to blame, but there's no one. He had cancer, and he took it out his fucking stomach. I've never cried so much in my life. Weird. No, I mean, not weird, but this is not the way I want this to go. Yesterday, he just stopped walking. Like, literally, he wouldn't walk. And we put food in front of him. I did. I'm the one who found out he was sick. Put food in front of him, he wasn't eating it. That's weird, right? He, like, always eats things. He eats everything you put in him. Funny thing, though, like, the one thing he doesn't eat is peppers. I thought that was always funny about him. I'm gonna fix it. To me, that dog was not a dog, but my family. I don't have anyone to talk to. honestly. This is why I'm doing this. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have someone to hold. Someone to help just hold. All I have is Charlie. And he's a dog, so he doesn't speak English. So I can't exactly explain to him the situation, but I think he knows. Sorry if I'm rambling on, but yeah. I love you, Pepper. I love you. I will always be your friend. And your brother. You know, there was a stupid, when I was younger, we would play superheroes. No. And, I named him the Pepazoid. Pepper Pepazoid. That's his middle name, Pepper Pepazoid Spence. Stupid, but it was fun. I was a kid. I was 5. No, not 5. I was like 10. Charlie was the Charlinator. That was something cool. We would play superheroes, pretend to fight crime. Pepper was black, so he always got to dress up like Bat Hound for Halloween, and Charlie was a white dog, kind of. But you always got to be Crypto the Super Dog, but really the roles were, in personality-wise, they were reversed. Pepper was always more of a compassion on the sleeve kind of dog, and Charlie was always the more conservative, hiding his feelings underneath a cold, stern look. You know what I mean? Pepazoid. What kind of name is Pepazoid? You buried him up there, right back there, behind this wall, in the backyard. Yeah. I feel pain, just like a whole chapter of my entire life. It's gone. I want people to know who Pepper was. That's why I did this. Because I have no one else to talk to. I want people to know and remember. Pepper had a name. He had a family. He had people who loved him. He was a hero. He was my hero. I hugged him so much. And then I had to say goodbye. I even took pictures of his last minutes on Earth just so I could remember. See him. 10 years. 10 years is a good run for a dog. Oh, ever since elementary school, I mean, my gosh. And cancer, isn't it? I mean, I said everything I needed to say to him. Like, I have no regrets over if I didn't say anything I needed to. I'm here watching over me. I just wanted you to know that I love you so much. I would give up this entire channel. I'd give up everything in this room. Everything. I give up this house. I give up my shirt, my clothes, everything. To spend one more day with him. I love you, Pepper. I love you. We all lost a loved one. I can speak on their behalf. To everyone who's lost a loved one, you're not alone. And I love you, all of you too. I love all of you. You're not alone.